I was catching up with some One Piece. Hold on, getting some. It was probably also actually, I'm gonna check something while people are coming in. I'm just gonna check something real quick. Let's not put that in my normal. Let's go incognito mode. I don't want his name in my history. Yeah, I'm not sure where the hell he got that information from. Definitely not real. Let me just put that here. False fact. That's a lie. We'll find out more next month. Alright, but I think honestly, wait, hold on. Did I even like I shared the yeah, I posted the fact that we're alive. We're all alive, right? Yeah, we're alive. We're live and ready to go. Wait, Kate's Walker has followed me 20 hours ago. That was the day I was not even on. I wonder if it was because of Tale of Cancero or if he actually seen one of the SCP stream. I wonder. Day. Let's just say day. Before we get started, let's just. How much money do we have, Silver? How much money, Silver? Oh, we're rich. We're solid. And it's, you know what? Here you go. Watch me read. There we go. Placing on top of the chat. Okay. Without further ado, let's actually get started. Our first SCP of today is written by A Random Day, which the last SCP that we have from A Random Day is, hold on now. Wait. That was weird. Is 2490, which was not too long ago, but it's been still a little bit of a while since we had A Random Day. 2490 was the mannequin that, like, you know, follows you home, and you hear like it's pitter patter, it's scuttling around, and sometimes when you turn around, it's like right around the corner and runs away. Yeah, that one was very good. Also, I highly doubt they will see this, but TL333s, they actually found my channel and have like commented on majority, I think all of the SCPs that I read of this so far. I really appreciate all the comments. I will be honest, it was very adorable seeing how excited they got when they saw each and every video I have made so far of their work, which is going to be interesting because, like, we're not done with their stuff yet. They will definitely have a lot more coming up. So I wonder if they will see that in the far future or in the near future when I get to that point. Okay, A Random Day, you wrote on current SCP called MCA and Heartbreak. What? Opera GX is like, hey, breathe. I'm like, no. Breathing can fucking wait. I also got my robe back, my good old jacket, my scientist jacket. Okay, here we go. Object class. Euclid. Special containment procedures -1-2 are currently contained on a 5-meter radius circular Pyrex platform in the Site 42 extra-dimensional containment zone. A system of stereos and loudspeakers that constantly play Kanye West's musical album The College Dropout and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in a staggered format so that there is no pause in the music. It is to be arranged in a 4-meter radius around SCP-2570. A backup system should be placed in a 6-meter radius around -1 and is to be moved into the 4-meter radius should the primary speaker system fail. The stereos and speakers are to be tied directly to Site 42 nuclear power plant, and a backup generator must be in place in case of a blackout. Minor Task Force LF-16, Kenny Rogers, Roaster. Yeah, Roaster. Roster. It's Roster, right? Because Rooster is with 2 O's. This is Roster.
Roaster.
Oh, Roaster. Okay. Roaster, okay. What about...
Roaster.
Yeah, okay, Roaster. Pardon me. And the Roaster is to be on standby to execute procedure LF-16 in the event of a complete speaker failure. It's kind of crazy how SCP is the only thing in my life that I am quite confident in my English speaking abilities. It is my second language, you know, technically third. But SCP logs is the only time where like my ability to speak English just goes downhill. It just crashes completely. Where like I look at words I usually can say without a problem or read without a problem, and out of nowhere my brain's just like, no. You're gonna look like an absolute dumbass when you read this, because apparently years of learning English and speaking English and living in the UK out the window. A biological facsimile of Adam York has been... See, but facsimile... That one I can do. Okay. Of Adam York has been placed at the original graveside. -1 is the body of a former musician Adam, MCA York. See, now I'm just gonna say York, because I'm not sure how the hell you would spell it out. Of the music... Or pronounce it out. Of the musical group Beastie Boys. Is that... Oh, wait. Is that real? Oh, he's the actual... Okay, he's the actual bassist. Okay. I have not listened to Beastie Boys. Probably I heard maybe 1 or 2 songs of theirs, but I have not heard it. Aside from not having decayed since York's death in 2012, -1 is non-anomalous. So do we have another like situation of like, they should be dead, but they're not. Or something stays behind. -2 is a spiral dimensional rift located exactly 5 meters above -1's head and will move with it. Periodically, incorporeal entities will attempt to access through -2. These entities constantly exude a corrosive substance around them. Objects affected by this corrosion, including air, separate into their components parts before either dissolving or condensing into an equally corrosive liquid, further spreading the effect. As a result, the general area around -1 is usually engulfed in the corrosion. Pyrex glass -1 and -3 are the only known objects unaffected by this corrosion. This process emits no sound. As it says before, -1 does not seem to be like aging or decaying. I guess not decaying. Aging is something different here. The entities themselves are drawn towards human beings and will attempt to make contact with any human within the vicinity of -2. Any and all animals that come into contact with the entities become instances of -3. Instances of -3 adopt major characteristics of the entities, gaining resistance to the corrosion and experiencing extreme changes to their personality. Human instances claim to be an entity that calls itself awesome. Awesome. Kingdom Hearts 2 starts playing. We're suddenly looking at the heart-shaped moons, like how did we get here? Animal instances will gain the ability to speak in what appears to be Pali, and then also claim to be said entity. A dead language native to the Indian subcontinent, heavily studied due to the usage as a primary language of major extant Buddhist texts. I'm sorry, epic rap bells, I love you, but not now. All instances of -3, whether human or animal, express a desire to enslave, loot, or otherwise adversely affect this reality and its inhabitants, and then refuse to communicate beyond declaring said intentions. Pardon? Enslave? Loot? So they're just trying to conquer the reality? They walk in there, they like see this thing, they hear the language, they're like, okay. You're ours now. External acoustics rhythms have a negative effect on SCP-2570. Its corrosion and instances of -3. The rift either ceases expansion or begins contraction depending on the tempo, pitch, and tone of the sound in its vicinity. In particular, any music featuring the voice of musician Kanye West has a strong negative effect on SCP-2570. Man. Currently right now, Kanye is definitely, yeah, that would make sense. West's voice also halts the corrosion, causing inverse process where the corrosive liquid is recompiled into its original substance and or retreats back into the rift. Okay. That makes it more sound a little bit more positive than what we have currently with Kanye's and his voice. Instances of -3 are neutralized and reverted to the original selves. However, complete closing of the rift has been unsuccessful. Recovery log. SCP-2570 was first recovered on the 4th, 2018 in Brooklyn, New York, when the Foundation intercepted reports of pools of acid incorporeal entities stemming from Greenwood Cemetery, specifically from a purple rolling portal in the cemetery. Got another cemetery one. We had that last week. Local Task Force Gimel 9, the Ungrateful Dead, moved to contain the anomaly. At the scene, they encountered a married couple. Tricia and Arthur, Prefect, who had already established basic containment of SCP-2570 using a rudimentary version of the protocol outlined above and were in the process of packing up their equipment. Addendum interview with Tricia and Arthur, Prefect. Okay, 4. This interview was conducted on site by the leader of LTF Gimel 9, Douglas Fork. Reminds me of the Italian man who went to Malta, where he's trying to say, I want a fork, as in like the tool to eat, you know, the utensil. But from his accent, it sounds like he's saying, I want a fuck. I want a fork. So that's why I mentioned here Douglas Fork. Have anybody here seen Fork? No, we definitely have not. This would not be the place to see Fork. Mr. and Mrs. Prefect provided all insights on containing SCP-2570. Following the interview, the Prefect's equipment was confiscated and they were given Class A amnestics and released. Emotional responses such as crying, hiccuping, and stuttering have been edited out to enhance comprehension. There's crying? Oh god, okay, damn. Okay, we have Fork, we have Tricia, and we have Arthur. We have Douglas Fork. Okay, let's see here. Tricia and Arthur, Prefect. We would like to speak with you regarding the events that just occurred. Hold on. Are you the police? Because if you are, then I want my lawyer. Irrelevant data expunged. My name is Tricia Jeltz. I thought you were Tricia Prefect. I'm an orthodontist, and this is my husband / assistant of a prefect. We want Prefect Perfect Dentistry. That actually, that's a killer name. A dentistry clinic in the Bronx. We're here to revive Adam York. How is that related to the events that just transpired? Well, it's exactly like I said. We would try to revive Adam York from the dead using, I suppose, musical necromancy? Again, please explain. We have plenty of time. See, we're big fans of the Beastie Boys. Oh, and so when he died, we had to bring him back. You have to understand, instead of looking for other bands who give us similar vibes or just, you know, spread our musical taste, we just really want him back. On all the albums, collector's edition, gold-plated vinyl, digitally remastered edition, you name it, we got it. Been to almost every one of their concerts too. We were incredibly excited for the newest, not anymore, but upcoming album, Hot Sauce Comedy, back in 2009. But then MCA got throat cancer and died. It's not right. They had so much more music to give. I'm like, girl, like, to be fair though, the amount of people who would do that with like other musicians, I bet you, there's a bunch of Michael Jacksons and Freddie Mercury fans out there who's like, if they find out they have a way to bring them back through musical necromancy, they would do it. They would be like, yeah, I want him back. I want more music. There are people that will do that. At the time, I started reading Lovecraft and Stephen King and getting into dark arts and the like. I kept reading these stories about reviving the dead, you know, like Pet Sematary or yeah, like that. So I got to thinking, what if we could revive him, bring him back from the dead? I started going around, and would you know it, I found tons of guides on raising the dead. Most of them were useless. But after a few months, I found one that worked. So, love, could you please explain your plan to revive Mr. York? I'm really sorry, I don't know the steps at the top of my head. I'm giving them more of like a crazed voice because, like, let's be honest. It is a crazy idea to bring back a musician back from the dead just because you want more music from them and just because you think like, oh, the way they died doesn't fit my narrative. Like, have you thought about the family, motherfucker? Like, they're sad too, but you don't see them trying to cross some dark arts magic to bring them back now, do you? Pet Sematary is about that though. That literally is the plot of it, so. And it's also not only is Pet Sematary such a good example of like that's exactly what a family member would do, is like, hey, if I could bring that person back who is really dear to me, I'll do it. But Pet Sematary is also the perfect lesson to learn that if you do it, there are gonna be massive consequences. Massive consequences. For example, they might turn evil. But the gist of it was we were going to attract his soul to the body with his music and then trap it. Where did you locate these instructions? Honestly, I don't really remember. I had the pages and I think they had the website name. But the pages got sucked into the, portal. I mean, the instructions worked. Oh, I guess it would have worked if I hadn't screwed up with the music. Please explain how you screwed up. I accidentally played the Beach Boys instead of Beastie Boys. It was an honest mistake. Right after I fucked up the music, everything went wrong. Some kind of portal opened up our MCA's head, and then these green ghosts popped out. They were oozing everywhere, melting everything into this awful green acid. And they kept on wailing everyone and everything, even the birds and the possums were squealing in this awful voice. It was terrifying. The entities currently appear to be contained within this circle. How did you accomplish this? Do you know anything about the entities themselves? I'm not really sure. All I know is that I've dropped my iPod. My God, this guy's a clumsy motherfucker. Why would you? And my Kanye West playlist started playing over the speakers, and then the ghosts and the acid started pulling back into the portal. I don't know what they are. Sorry, the instruction never mentioned anything about ghosts. That much I know. I mean, I guess they don't like Kanye West, but that's it. Why were you packing up your equipment? Well, I guess, well, we were going to leave? What were you planning to do about the portal, MCA, and the entities? We kind of figured that the authorities would be able to take care of it, right? I mean, you're here now. You look ready to take care of it. Do you know where the portal leads? I don't know. It's definitely not heaven, but MCA didn't belong. But MCA didn't belong to hell. I love how these guys are the. I will be honest with y'all. It's hilarious. It's absolute random day. This is hilarious. I love this SCP. It's hilarious. But these guys are the dumbest, like the most clumsiest. I'm immediately getting flashback to the fucking like the horrible but hilarious horror movie of a mother trying to resurrect her son by putting it into a mannequin / puppet like thing, but then the son still got resurrected into a Christmas tree instead. That's the level of clumsiness we're talking about here. They were like, oh, okay, we can bring back our favorite music artist. We love his music. We are diehard fans, so diehard fans that we know everything about him. We have all of his albums. But the first mistake is that you played Beach Boys. Yo, what? How did this even happen? How would you look at Beach Boys and Beastie Boys and be like, of course it's the same. Like, how did you get there? Like, wouldn't you look at the song title or the record or the vinyl or whatever you have in your hand and be like, that's not Beastie Boys. I will be honest with you, fake fans. They're fake fans. And I would be loving if that's actually the case, you know, if we find out like they're technically fake fans. I think like, no, they like Beastie Boys, but they're not die-hard fans. Like, they just like his music a lot, and then when he died, they're like, oh, but we do want more music of his, but I don't think they have all the albums. I don't think they know all the songs. I think they just got really into his songs, and then he died, and they're like, no, we just really liked his stuff. And then they looked up some necromancy shit, and it went wrong. Because, like, also the fact that they were like, maybe we can just leave this portal here. Like, yeah, we thought authorities will take care of it. Like, who? what authority? If they didn't know the SCP Foundation existed, right? So what authority did they think would just come up? Like, did they think like, oh yeah, the Ghostbusters will show up for sure? Oh yeah, Dave from the police force, he can take care of this. Like, like, what do you mean? That is some bullshit.